Hello, this is Reverend Ray Jacques Patlian teaching the perennial philosophy, also known as religious science or science of mind, which was the name of the book that started it all. Today, as above, so below. On earth as it is in heaven is, as most of my dear readers know, a quote from the Lord's Prayer. It's a simple statement of truth, the essential truth of all existence. It is quoted several more times in the Bible in different ways. The most famous quote is, as above, so below. In other words, the only difference between the spiritual realm and the material realm is in scale and in the vibratory frequency. See, everything vibrates. A rock, a desk, us, spiritual beings, wherever they happen to be. And the higher the vibratory frequency, the less solid things are. The material realm in which we live and move and have our being is but a reflection, an exact copy of the spiritual realm of the cosmos, the vastness of all creation. The same natural or divine law applies, the same form of creation occurs, and the results of the working of mind acting on law is the same. Everything that exists now, in the distant past, or in the unimaginable future, originated or will originate in a mind. Not a brain. That's a biological electrochemical CPU, or central processing unit for those not of the geek persuasion, but a mind. The mind is a function of spirit and soul. The brain is an organ, first cousin to your liver, heart, or spleen. It functions as the dispatcher and sensor for the mind. A good analogy is me sitting at my trusty Toshiba satellite PC writing this post. This computer enables me to process my thoughts, but it does not create them. It is not the thinker, it merely processes the thought. It takes the input from my mind, transmitted by my brain to my fingers on the keys, and then processes it into a document that can be posted on the internet and later on YouTube as a video podcast. It's a good thing, too, because my handwriting is not a thing of grace and beauty. Thoughts are things. Indeed, they are the very building blocks of the universe. They originate in a human mind here on Earth, in the cosmos, and in all the dimensions of time and space that make up all that exists. That first cause, that creative beginning, is the mind of the great architect that we call God, for lack of a better term. God is sort of the nickname for the I don't know what that creates everything. The great I am, Moses was told, was the name of this life force or being. It's the thinker behind thought, the architect at his trestle board, the creative urge that keeps on creating and creating and creating, because that's its nature, that's its purpose, it's what it does. And it is the thinker behind all creation, the intelligence that began it all, the author of DNA. That creative urge, that divine essence that we call deity or God, creates out of its own substance and nature. It gives of itself constantly and unstintingly, so that we and all life may live as expressions of that divine mind. You see, we are the expressions of God, each one of us. As above, so below. Think of your mother. Did she not create you from the uniting of her being with that of your father, and by so doing create your very life? From her own body, with an essential contribution from Dad, you were born. So all is created, as above, so below. Planets, stars, and dimensions of time and space beyond imagination are created from the union of mind and law by the great soul we call God. Call it the universe, first cause, mother, father, Allah, Rama, Yahweh, or just I am. Whatever you call it, life on earth and in the cosmos is not a random act, a cosmic accident, but a conscious creation of a mind in union with the law, God's universal operating system, reflected perfectly in the material realm of the relative and the spiritual realm of the absolute. We live in the relative world. On earth, everything is relative to something else, isn't it? That's the best steak I ever ate, or it's not as good as the one I had last night. That girl is very pretty, but this one's prettier. You see what I mean? You began in a mine. The greatest tower ever built began in a mine. The first starship will begin in a mine within 100 years, in my opinion. The cure for cancer is even now unfolding in a mind. And I know what the cure for cancer is, to heal the spirit. When you do that, the body stops turning against itself and the cancer disappears. The end to poverty, misery, strife, and war is even now taking root in minds all over this globe, as people begin to realize who and what they really are, that we are all born of one mind, one heart, and one blood. When oneness seems natural and separation and tribalism seems weird and unthinkable, then we shall have matured as divine beings, and the lessons shall have been learned. May that day come very soon. As above, so below. May the Most High God and the indwelling God with you, leading you in the light every moment of your life. This is Reverend Dore Jacques Patlian saying, for more information on the science of mind, the perennial philosophy, log on to csl.org and find the nearest Center for Spiritual Living near you. That's what we call our churches, Centers for Spiritual Living. Could be a life changer. No do's, no don'ts, just acceptance, love, and joy, and a 21st century faith you can believe in. Check it out soon. Bye-bye for now.